Today, we will talk about Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. The Americans with Disabilities Act prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities and guarantees that they have equal opportunity to participate in mainstream American life. Passed in 1990, this federal law made it illegal to discriminate against a disabled person in terms of employment opportunities, access to transportation, public accommodations, communications, and government activities. The ADA prohibits private employers, state and local governments, employment agencies, and labor unions from discriminating against those who have disabilities. Under the ADA, employers are also required to make reasonable accommodations for an employee with a disability to perform their job function. To be covered by the ADA, a person must have a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. Four major sections comprise the primary protections introduced by the ADA. Title I prohibits discrimination against qualified individuals with disabilities during job application procedures, hiring, firing, the pursuit of career advancement, compensation, job training, and other aspects of employment. It holds authority over employers who have 15 or more employees. Title II applies to state and local government entities, extending protection from discrimination to qualified individuals with disabilities, requiring reasonable access to services, programs, and government activities. Title III prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities regarding access to activities at public venues. Title IV oversees telephone and television access for individuals with hearing and speech disabilities. Different government agencies play a role in enforcing the ADA. The ADA established standards for accessible design for public accommodations that include creating automatic doorways, ramps, and elevators to accommodate wheelchairs. Some examples of accommodations in the workplace include supplying a hearing-impaired applicant with a sign language interpreter during a job interview, modifying a work schedule to meet the needs of a person who needs treatment, or restructuring a facility to make it accessible to people with disabilities. Employers are not required by the ADA to make reasonable accommodations if doing so presents an undue hardship for the business and requires significant expenses compared with the size of the company. Title IV of the ADA requires telephone companies to provide telephone relay services for the hearing and speech impaired. The Americans with Disabilities Act seeks to prevent discrimination against disabled people in the areas of employment, communication, transportation, state and government programs, and public accommodation. It seeks to ensure disabled people are able to participate equally in everyday life. Here are 4 key takeaways. 1. The ADA was passed in 1990 to prevent workplace and hiring discrimination against people with disabilities. 2. The ADA applies to all private businesses with 15 or more employees. 3. It also covers government employers, employment agencies, and labor unions. 4. The ADA increased accessibility and mobility for disabled people by mandating automatic doorways, ramps, and elevators to accommodate wheelchairs in public places and businesses. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.